Courts to end sexual violence. Court remands 35-year-old man in custody for raping 2-year-old child. National Population Commission clarifies on religion, ethnicity in census questionnaire. South Korea fires warning shots to expel North Korean vessel from disputed maritime border. Good morning and welcome to the news. Before the news in details, a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Mwokoye. Now, the Children's Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Court sitting in Awka has remanded one Joseph Egwatu, aged 35, in custody for allegedly raping a 2-year-old child in Anambra West local government area. Mr. Joseph Egwatu, who hails from Nzam, was arraigned before the court for unlawfully having a sexual intercourse with a child, punishable under Section 34, subsection 2 of the Child's Right Law of Anambra State, 2004. We have details of that report.
The charge was read and interpreted to the defendants. However, the defendant did not take play because the case can still be tried by the High Court. Before the charge was read to the defendant, the presiding chief magistrate, Genevieve Osakwe, duly informed the defendant of his constitutional right to a defense counsel of his choice. Speaking to journalists after the court section, Mr. Joseph Egwatu denied committing the offense, claiming that he only volunteered to babysit the child. According to him, he went out to get a few things done, but while coming back to the house, he heard the child crying and he decided to check on her. But to his shock, he saw the child in a pool of her own blood with a lot of tears in her vagina, which left him bewildered. Mr. Egwatu further told journalists it was at the moment that one of their relatives stepped in, raised an alarm, and began to tell everyone that he raped the child, insisting that he had never attempted to harm anyone, let alone his own blood. The victim, a 2-year-old child, had since been taken to the hospital for proper medical attention. In her reaction, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare in Anambra State, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, expressed sadness over the incident but assured that her ministry will pursue justice for the victim and assured that the defendants, if found guilty, will be punished in accordance with the law. She also revealed that her ministry will soon embark on media sensitization program during which Ndi Anambra will be educated and fully enlightened about the inherent dangers and negative consequences of rape, child molestation, child labor, child abuse, and other related issues. The commissioner urged members of the public to shun all forms of social vices, especially those vices that endanger the life of children, and called on people to be agents of positive social change.
What a disturbing story there. Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare in Anambra State, Mrs. Ife Obinabo, has reaffirmed her commitment in ending sexual violence and abuse in the state. She made known in her office in Awka after the news of 35-year-old man who allegedly raped a 2-year-old baby broke out. We have details.
On the issue, Mrs. Obinabo stated that she was actually the one that insisted that the man be arrested and brought to Awka. According to her, she called the division police officer of Nzam and made necessary arrangements for logistics in order to see that the case got transferred to state CID and finally charged to court. She expressed satisfaction with the way and manner the case is being handled so far, and stated that she has faith in the state judicial system to ensure that justice is served. Mrs. Obinabo warned that anyone caught in such acts, whether an indigene or not, would face the law and its consequences. She also appreciated the chairman of Anambra West local government area for bringing the alleged rape incidents to her knowledge, using same medium to call on all residents of the state to always report any case of sexual and gender-based violence to Women Affairs Ministry for immediate attention.
14 newly promoted police officers of the Anambra State Command have been decorated with their new ranks. The officers were decorated by the State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Echeng, at the police headquarters, Amobia, Oka South Council area. Paul Ezoke has details of that report.
Among those decorated were Chief Superintendent of Police promoted to Assistant Commissioner of Police, 7 Superintendent of Police promoted to Chief Superintendent of Police, and 1 Inspector promoted to Assistant Superintendent of Police. Addressing the promoted officers, the Police Commissioner, Mr. Cheng, thanked President Muhammad Buhari and the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kalibaba, for finding the officers worthy to be elevated to the next rank. He said that promotion is from God and comes with enormous responsibilities, and how they discharge their duties will determine the height they will eventually attain in the police force. CPHN reminded them that they will continually work with the public and should avoid violating their fundamental human rights, noting that policing is all about service to humanity. He urged them to strive to do the right thing always and to be role models to junior officers to meet the demands of the 21st century policing.
Promotion comes from God, but it's also comes with enormous responsibilities. You are the future of the job. And get set, because very soon you will be the ones that will be sitting down here and talking to others. You'll be the one that will be in Abuja, and the sky is your limit.
Responding on behalf of the promoted officers, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Amina Yakubu, assured that they will not disappoint the police force and will work hard to justify the confidence reposed in them.
I want to, on behalf of the promotees, appreciate the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for giving us this ample opportunity. Sir, we also thank the Inspector General of Police. We promise you, and we promise the Nigerian police force, we will not let the police down.
From State Police Headquarters, Amobia, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Congratulations to the newly promoted officers, and may God give you the grace to carry out your duties in a more professional way. Now, the Emmanuel Anglican Church, Umunnachi, Dunukofia Council area, has conferred an award of Father of Faith to Chief Basil Ikwumelo of Mboke Village, Umunnachi. This was in recognition of services to the church using his wealth of knowledge and experience as a retired vice principal and teacher to attract progress and development in the church and Umunnachi community in general. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye is on hand with the details.
In a sermon to mark the special service, a priest of the church, Reverend Canon Tochukwu Odilora, said the position which they were elevated to needs carefulness, persistence, and dedication, urging them to shun sin and idolatry. Reverend Canon Odilora encouraged the faithful to remain steadfast and trust in God to overcome challenges.
I don't know the Herod in your family. I don't know the Pilate in your family. But after this service, you must conquer your Herod in the name of Jesus Christ. You must conquer your Pilate in the name of Jesus Christ. I don't know those that after your life persecuting you, but I want to assure you this morning that after listening to this word of God, all your enemies, even from your kindred, even from your father's compound, even from your village, from your town, wherever they come from, because Jesus Christ conquered his enemies, you must conquer your enemies in the name of Jesus Christ.
Speaking to newsmen shortly after the service at the reception organized for the event, the celebrant, Chief Ikwumelo, disclosed that his fear, respect, and dedication to the service of God spur him to such heights in life, though not aware that people are monitoring his diligence and passion for Christ, and prayed God not to allow him fail at this moment.
Nigeria
For a relation to the celebrant, Professor Steve Ikwumelu described the celebrant as an uncle who turned to her father as he sacrificed to ensure that they succeed in life, including having strong moral background and quality education. Mr. Charles Onubogo, on behalf of the in-laws, testified that they are blessed having him as he continued to encourage them on the paths of hard work and righteousness, molding, proffering advice, and directing them to tall paths of righteousness. In their separate speeches, two of the celebrant's children, Mrs. Choma Efani Obiora and Comrade Obi Ikwumelu, described their father as a disciplinarian and philanthropist, noting that elevating him to the status of father of faith is a well-deserved honor.
Very truthful. Very truthful. If he says this is yes, that is yes. If he says this is no, just know that it is. He doesn't play it.
The procedures are what given to him today.
God bless you, okay?
I will say his merit. Yes, because he has been a faithful man. He's a strong man. He believes in Christianity.
Presentations to the Ostadimma age grade Umunnachi by the celebrants, cutting of cake, presentation of the award, and other side attractions featured at the event. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has embarked on comprehensive cleanup of communities devastated by the 2022 flooding in Anambra State. This is part of interventions to prevent outbreak and spread of diseases, as well as promote the health of the people in the areas, especially women and children. We have details.
The 27 communities in 5 local government council areas of Anambra State adversely affected by the 2022 flood menace, in separate reaction, commended UNICEF and its partners, Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA, and Central Emergency Relief Fund, SAF, for funding the sanitation exercise in the flood-affected areas. The cleanup campaign was held simultaneously in the 5 affected council areas in the state, which includes Anambra East and West, Ayamelum, Obaru, and Doka North. The exercise involved the silting of drainages, cutting of grasses, fumigation, and clearing of health facilities. In his reaction, the program manager, Anambra State Rural Water and Sanitation Hygiene Agency, ROWASA, Mr. Tochukwu Mosu, represented by Ms. Chinelo Mosu, said UNICEF and other partners who funded the project is giving hope to the hopeless, and explained that the international organizations step in through the state water, sanitation and hygiene, WASH, to improve the standard of the environment in the flood-affected areas. Mr. Mosu disclosed that the donor agencies also rehabilitated several water facilities and drilled new boreholes and sanitation facilities in schools and primary health care centers, as well as rehabilitation of private water facilities, which he pointed out were equally contaminated during the 2022 flooding. He noted that the community-driven environmental exercise, which is a humanitarian gesture, would further promote the welfare of the women, youths, and the children.
The National Population Commission has clarified that the census questionnaire has no column for religion and ethnicity. The Commission made the clarification in Kano when the National Publicity Committee on the 2023 Population and Housing Census paid an advocacy visit to a media outfit in Kano. The visit was led by Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the chairman of the committee and Minister of Information and Culture, represented by the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Garba Abari. Speaking on the speculations that Nigerians will be asked questions on their faith and ethnic affiliation, a member of the committee, Dr. Isiaka Yahaya, said the Commission is not interested in such data. Dr. Yahaya, who is also the Commission's Director of Public Affairs, maintained that issues of religion and ethnicity being peddled on social media platforms are mere distractions and without foundation. He reiterated that the head count is solely to obtain data for national development purposes and urged the media to help tackle the twin scourge of fake news and misinformation. On the foreign scene, South Korea's military has fired warning shots to expel a North Korean vessel that crossed the two countries, distributed maritime border officials said. The South Korean Joint Chiefs of Staff said that it fired warning shots and broadcast warnings to turn back at the North Korean patrol boat that breached the northern limits line. During the operations, a South Korean patrol ship came into minor contact with a nearby Chinese fishing vessel due to bad visibility, resulting in no safety issues, but slight injuries among the South Korean crew, the JCS added. The reported North Korean incursion came as tensions flared over Pyongyang's stepped-up military activities in recent weeks, including tests of a new solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile, which experts say would facilitate missile launches with little warning. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un ordered strengthening war deterrence in a more political and offensive manner to counter what the isolated country called moves of aggression by South Korea and the U.S. Seoul and Washington say their drills are defensive and are made at deterring Pyongyang. Now, the 2023 Federation Cup National Draw has been scheduled to hold on Wednesday, April 19, 2023. However, ahead of the draw, 8 playoff matches will be played on Tuesday. The draw ceremony will hold at the conference room of the NFF FIFA Goal Project inside the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja. Thereafter, the round of 64 matches of the competition will commence on Wednesday, April 26, 2023, while round 32 will hold May 3, 2023. 16 matches will take place May 10, 2023. The quarterfinals of the competition have been scheduled for Wednesday, May 17. Now, it was a celebration of life well spent at the late Prince Samuel Obidike, a retired staff of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, and father to Mr. Afam Obidike of ABS Administration Department, was interred in his country home, Eze Amete Palace, Umwezechi, Umuria, Anako, in Ayamelum local government area. He was aged 75. Our correspondent, Dumaka Ekemezie, has details.
The ceremony attracted many dignitaries, including ABS family led by her managing director, Sachido Obidiegu, who commiserated with their own. The director of News and Current Affairs, Mr. Gabe Obaleze, in his condolence message on behalf of the managing director, Sachido Obidiegu, described Prince Obidike as a man who was committed to his work just like his son, Afam, and related well with the people.
Managing director of Chido Obidiegu,
also speaking, the son of the deceased, Afam, described his late father as a great man who ensured that his children are useful in the society by giving them quality education to become self-reliant in life. He assured that the family will remain united and uphold the legacies their late father left behind.
The little I can tell about my father, in fact, just to summarize everything, he's a great man. He's one of the greatest men in this Ayamelum local government so far, as far as record is concerned. Do you understand? So the only thing my father believes in life is that none of his children will not become useless. He trained us in a good way.
The daughter of the deceased, Mrs. Adobe Okudo, described her father as very close confidant and expressed pain that he is no more, adding that he was a peacemaker who made life easy for his children to be self-reliant in life.
Munia did not one and one. Masana Munia is so close, Kaledi and my mother. Even my mother too knows. Makieni oyezi kan jagwa mpage no gika oye genti. Somewhere forget I can't even believe na my dad. When I'm seeing him knock at him, he's still existing inside my life, and I can feel it.
Another son of the deceased, Mr. Onochie Obidike, described her father as someone with vast knowledge and skills that enabled him to be involved in many things, including being an administrator, accountant, a farmer, and believed that nothing was impossible, while recalling that he was a soldier during the Civil War and rose to the rank of captain. Condolences by friends, in-laws, and well-wishers featured at the event.
God continue to be a father to you, Afam, and your siblings. And that's just about it on the news. But before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka. You can follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV, also on our website at www.absradiotv.com. On the main news again, Anambra State government has called for collective efforts to end sexual violence. Court has remanded 35-year-old man in custody for raping 2-year-old child. National Population Commission has clarified on religion, ethnicity in census questionnaire. And South Korea has fired warning shots to expel North Korean vessel from disputed maritime border. And Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Good morning and have a great day.